Hey everybody, welcome to Studio SNC. Let's begin today lying down. So find that position where you're resting on your back, your shoulders away from your ears, your neck is long, your arms are down by your side, and your feet and your knees are hip width apart. Engage your tummy muscles, so find that mild connection in your core now. Zipping up. Breathe in, press the lower back to the floor. Breathe out, release. So a soft or gentle pelvic tilt here. Breathing in through the nose if that's possible for you. Breathing out through the mouth. Breathing in, melting the lower back to the mat. And breathing out, releasing. Maybe closing the eyes, focusing on what's going on in your body. As you melt that lower back down, you're lengthening through the lower spine. As you release the lower back, you're shortening through the lumbar. Breathing in, pressing the lower back down, and breathing out, releasing. Two more just like this. Breathing in, pressing the lower back to the floor, and releasing. And last time, breathing in, drawing that belly button in, and releasing back to the start. Draw the belly button in, pressing the lower back halfway down towards the floor now. Take a breath in to prepare, and on your exhale, slide your right heel away. So sliding along the mat, extending the leg out, and then sliding straight back in again. And then the left leg, we're going to slide it out, and then slide it back in again. Sliding the right leg out on your exhale, and then bend back in, and then slide your left leg out. And then bend back in. Let's do one more just like this. Breathing out as you slide away and bend back in. And breathing out, left leg, slide away. And then bend back in. Right foot, take a breath in, breathe out into tabletop, point the toes. Inhale here, and on your exhale, extend to a 45-degree angle. Bending into your perfect right angle, and exhale, extend, breathing out through the mouth. And then bending back in, not letting that knee come in any closer than in line with that hip. And bending back in. Breathe out, stretch and find length. And inhale, bend back into that tabletop position. Breathe out, stretch and find length in line with that thigh. And then bend back in. Two more. Breathe out, stretch to find length. And inhale. And then last one. Exhale, stretch to find length. And then bend back in. Lower your right foot to the floor, the left leg taking that right leg's place. Tabletop again, a right angle in the leg. Take a breath in to prepare, engage your core, and exhale, stretch. And then bend back in. Breathe out, stretch and find length. And then bend back in, knee in line with hip. Exhale, extend. And inhale, bend. And breathe out, stretch to lengthen again. And inhale, bend. Two more. Maybe notice if one side feels a little different to the other. And then bend. One last time. Breathe out, stretch. And bend. Keep the left leg up now. Press the lower back into the floor. Lift the right leg up into tabletop. Engage your core. Breathe in. Exhale, right leg straightens. And then we bend it. And then the left leg. Breathe out. And then inhale. Exhale, right leg straightens. And then breathe in and breathe out, left leg. And then inhale. Breathing out the right leg, stretch it out. And then bend into tabletop. And then the left leg. And bend back in. One more time, right leg. And bend. And then the left leg. And bend. Right knee comes into your chest. The left hand to the inside of the right knee, the right hand towards the outside. Lower your left leg to hover off the floor. Lift through the upper body. Breathe in, hug. Breathe in, switch. Breathe out, hug. Breathe out, switch. So that full version of single leg stretch. We're pulling one knee in as we're sending the opposite leg away. Imagine you're pushing your foot through something resistant. So think treacle or water. You're pushing away with that foot, pulling up from the kneecap as you extend that leg to engage your quadricep muscles, your front leg muscles. pointing with the toes, trying to make that leg a little longer and not bobbing from side to side here. The hand placement is important to keep the alignment. You're pulling your left knee in towards your left cheekbone and then your right knee towards your right cheekbone. You're peeling the shoulder blades up off the floor. Your upper body is strong and steady. One more time, right and left. And then release. Hands to the backs of the legs. Gently rock from side to side. Allow the head to join in as well. And then rest your left foot on the floor. Arm down by your side, and then the right hand place it on your right knee. Engage your core here, and then we circle. So start to circle from that right hip joint. The hand is there for guidance more than anything, but you want to stabilize from the rest of the body. So you're stabilizing here with your transverse abdominis, those inner tummy muscles, your pelvic floor muscles as well. Squeeze the sit bones together. That left knee is not falling in or out. Your core is engaged. And you're breathing. Maybe make the circle a little bigger if it feels good. And then if you can, let go with the arm and continue that circle. Think or visualize that ball and socket joint. So the head of the femur or the end of that long leg bone, think of it as a ball and it's rolling around in its home. Its home is the acetabulum. And that's where you are now. One more time in this direction. And then relax. Place the right foot on the floor, take a breath in, and exhale, lift the left leg into tabletop. Point the toes strong, left leg, place your left hand on your knee now, and guide that left leg into a one leg circle. So you're opening up, and then bringing it back through the center. And the same thing again. You're using your hand as a guide. You're not letting that right angle change shape. You can imagine you've got a little orange. So a satsama, the back of that left knee, holding it there, not squeezing it, not dropping it. And then you can release with that left hand and continue that movement, isolating the hip flexor or the hip joint, the movement. And then visualize all the muscles around it. You're moving out to the left, moving in to the right, moving up for hip flexors and then around. Last time here. And then relax, 2 feet to the floor. Breathe in the right leg into tabletop. Press the lower back into the floor, left leg comes to join. Lift the 2 arms up over the head. Exhale, lift up into the 100 position. We're going to extend the right leg and bend it in. So another version of single leg stretch. The upper body's lifted, so it's easier to keep that lower back closer to the floor to maintain that strong upper body. As we send one leg away, bend back in. Exhale, stretch. And then bend it in. Send that right leg away. And then bend back in. And the left leg away. And bend back in. Breathe out, stretch it out. And then bend. And then the left leg. And bring it in. One more time. Exhale, stretch. And bend. And breathe out, stretch. And bend. 2 knees into the chest. Gently rock from side to side here. One last exercise with the legs in tabletop. So knees in line with your hips, you'll feel a pull in the tummy and the legs are hip width apart with the toes pointed, zipped up. Breathing and we're going to reach the arms up over the head and circle them all the way around. Breathing in, reaching up, full range of movement. Breathing in and exhale. Zipping up through those tummy muscles and breathe out, circle. Last 2, inhale and breathe out. One more time, breathe in and breathe out. From here, place your hands on your hips. Pull your knees in towards your upper body. Lift through the head and the chest, and then place the feet on the floor. Reach the arms up, make claw-like hands. Exhale, see if you can tip your knees. Breathing in through the nose. Exhale, see if you can claw or tip those knees. Breathe in, arms over. Exhale, lift and tip. Breathe in, arms over. And exhale, tip. Breathe in, arms over. And exhale, tip those knees. Last one, inhale. And exhale, tip the knees. Breathe in, arms over. Exhale, two knees come into the chest. Hands to the shins. Gently rock from side to side here. Slip the hands to the backs of the legs now. Take a breath in, extend the legs and rock up into a seated position. Feet hip width apart, place your hands behind your hips and lower down onto your forearms and your elbows. Your elbows ideally in line with your shoulders. Add a little movement here, feeling the massage at the base of the spine, your coccyx or your tailbone, and the top of the glutes or your bum. And then slide the feet in. From here, press that lower back closer to the floor, lift your right leg up, and then the left leg comes up too. Flex and point the feet a few times here. Breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. Again, remember or imagine those baby oranges to the back of the legs. You're going to keep the feet flexed and drop your right heel down. The movement comes from the hip and lift it up. Left heel and lift. Right heel, keep that chest lifted and lift up, and then left heel. And then moving a little bit easier or faster through the exercise, in through the nose, out through the mouth. So have a glance down. There's no movement in the foot or the knee. It comes from the hip. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Draw that belly button in. Feel the core in that deep engagement, or even mild engagement, but working hard. And then one more time, right and left. Cross the ankles, take a breath in, exhale, rock up into a seated position. Push off the floor and then send those hands to the other side. And if you can, start to bend the elbows, lowering the forearms down towards the floor, allow the head to hang. Take a breath in here, nodding the head very gently up and down. And then very gently to side as if you're saying no. Lifting up here, flip over onto your belly. And lowering down, face down on that mat. Forearms either side of the mat. The legs are hip width apart. And you're finding length from the crown of your head to the tailbone here. The mild connection in your tummy muscles. Melt the pubic bone and the hip bones into the floor. Breathe in, we lift our right leg, or right arm and left leg even. But it doesn't matter if you did the other side, because we're going to even things out or balance things out. Left arm, right leg, lift it up. And breathe out, release back down. Inhale, right arm, left leg. And breathe out, lower. And then the left arm and the right leg, lift. And then lower back down. Breathing in, right arm, left leg. And then lower. And then the left arm and the right leg, lift. And lower back down. So breathing in, right arm, left leg. And breathe out, release. And then the left arm and the right leg. And then lower back down. One more time. Right arm, left leg, float it up. And then lower. And then the left arm and the right leg, float it up. And then lower. Let's do everything. So two arms, two legs, lift up. And release back down through water. Breathing and lifting up. Feeling the back of the body contract. And the front of the body lengthen. Moving down slowly towards that mat. Releasing onto the mat. And then doing it again. Breathing in. And breathing out. Inhale, lifting up. Squeezing the glutes, the hamstrings, every part of the back of the body. Now pull the elbows into the rib cage. Feeling those side back muscles switch on. Your shoulder blades moving further down the back of the rib cage. Your neck is long. We're pulling in, breathing in, and breathing out, lowering down. Last two, inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. And one more time, breathe in to lift. And breathe out to lower. From here, send your right arm out straight, and you can just turn onto your right side. So you're pushing with that left hand to turn onto your right side. Resting your right ear on your bicep. With that left arm, place it behind the body and send your left fingertips or fingernails to the right side of the waist. Lift the two legs up and then lower them back down again. Lifting up and then lowering back down. Lifting up, creating a straight line here, and you can use that left arm for balance as much or as little as you need to. Lifting straight up and then lowering back down. And two more, lifting straight up and lowering back down. One last time, lifting straight up and lowering back down. Place your left hand out in front, come back over onto your front and find that single leg kick position. So forearms are on the mat, fingers are spread out in front, your elbows in line with your shoulders. And then from here, we're going to peel the belly and the hips up off the floor, holding a half plank here. So deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, breathing in again and breathing out. One more breath cycle in and breathe out. Lower the hips to the floor, lift the chest, kick twice with your right heel and release twice with the left heel. And release. Keep pulling that chin in. Chest is open. Extension in the spine, and think of creating a long line. It's a curved line from the crown of your head. Someone's pulling you from the tail at the same time. Kick, kick, and release. Kick, kick, and release. One more time. Right leg, kick, kick, and release. And then the left leg, kick, kick, and release. Let's lift up again. So your half plank position, finding that posterior pelvic tilt to protect the lower back. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhaling again and exhaling out. One more deep breath in here and then breathe out, lower back to the mat. From here, extend the arms out in front, lifting the elbows off the floor, tuck the chin to the chest, press into the hands, slide those hands in a little closer to the upper body, and lift into a form of extension where you can pull your shoulders back and down. Breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. One more deep breath in here, and breathe out. Extending your left arm long, roll over onto your left side, using your right hand to help you. And then reaching up with that right arm, send your right fingernails to the left side of the waist, finding your balance here, clicking the heels, opening, closing as fast as you can. Let the head feel heavy. A strong, long line in the body. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhaling and exhaling out. One more breath cycle here. And breathe out. From here, place your right hand out in front, roll back over onto your belly, hands in underneath your shoulders. This time, take a breath in. And then exhale, push yourself up into a half plank on your hands. Reach the hips back. Feel that lengthen the spine. And then exhale, tip forward back into your half plank position. Breathe in, lift the knees up into a full plank, and then lower those knees back down into your half plank. Reach the hips back, breathe in. Exhale, tip forward, breathe out. Inhale, lift up, breathe in. And exhale, lower those knees. Inhale, reach the hips back, feel that length, press the armpits down. Exhale, send the body weight forward into your half plank. Lift the knees up into your full plank, and then lower those knees down into your half plank. Reach the hips back, breathe in. Exhale, tip the body weight forward into your half plank. Inhale, lift up into your full plank, and then lower back down into your half plank. Breathe in, reach the hips back. Exhale, tip that body weight forward. Inhale, lift the knees up. And then lower the knees down. Breathe in, reach the hips back. Exhale, tip the body weight forward. Stay in your full plank here. So lift into your full plank. Shift the body weight to the left. Seal the right foot in front of the outer edge of the left foot. Reach up. Breathe in here. Exhale, lower back down, swivel on the feet, outer edge of the right foot, seal the left foot. Now you have options. You can drop knees if you might need to make it easier. And then the left hand comes to the floor. Lower the knees down and reach the hips back. Take a breath in here and hold. Exhale, tip that body weight forward. Lift the knees up, full plank. Send the body weight to your left, seal your right foot, reach up with the right arm, breathe in. Exhale, right hand comes to the floor, swivel on those feet, seal your left foot, outer edge of the right foot, reach up. And then the left hand comes down, straight away lower those knees, reach the hips back. Take another moment here, this time sway from side to side. So just bending one elbow, dropping it down, and then bending the opposite elbow, dropping it down. Come back to center, reach those hips back, inhale. Exhale, tip forward into your half plank. Lift up one last time, full plank. Swivel on the feet, seal the outer edge of the right foot to the floor, left outer edge to the floor. And then right hand to the floor, seal the left foot to the floor, right outer edge of the foot on the floor. And then that left hand comes down. Take a breath in here in plank. Exhale, lower the knees and bend the elbows, lower the chest to the mat. Reach your arms behind with the palms facing up. One long line of a body. You're like a worm. You can widen the legs hip width apart if that feels more comfortable for you. Now inhale, lift the body up. Exhale, flip the palms and lower down, thumbs further away. Breathing in, lifting the palms up, thumbs closer to you. And then exhaling, lowering back down. Breathing in, lifting up. And breathing out, releasing back down. Breathing in, lifting up, finding length. And breathing out, lowering down. One last time, breathing in, lifting up. And breathing out, lowering down. Turning your head to the left now, rest your right ear on the mat. Flip your two palms up towards the ceiling, relax the shoulders. Take a breath in, pause. Breathing out, holding here for another few breath cycles. Take one last breath in here. And then sliding your hands in underneath your shoulders. Spreading the fingers with the elbows behind like grasshopper wings. Kick the floor a few times here. And then from here, press the front of the feet into the floor. Breathe and peel the chest up, coming up as high as you can. Exhale, bending those elbows and lowering down. And it doesn't have to be too high. Breathing and peeling up. And breathing out, releasing back down with control. Breathing in, finding as much of an extension in the spine as you possibly can. And then lowering back down with control. Two more, breathing in, peeling up. And breathing out, lowering back down. One last time, breathing and peeling up. And breathing out, lowering back down. From here, flip the palms up towards the ceiling, turning your head to the right. Rest your left ear on the mat. Take a few breath cycles here, resting the shoulders, resting the body. Enjoying lying down, face down on the mat, or even face to the side. Take one last breath in here. And then exhale, lift the head up, slide those hands in, take a breath in, tuck the toes, and exhale, push yourself up. And then flip straight over into a seated position. So, a rolling movement, hands on your shins or even closer to your ankles if that's available to you. Pull your knees in towards your upper body and scoop in through your core. Breathe in, allow yourself to rock. Exhale, roll back up again. Breathing in, allowing yourself to rock back. And exhaling, rolling. Breathing in, rolling onto those shoulders. And exhale, bring it up. Breathe in, roll it back. And breathe out, come up. So flexion of the spine, rolling on the spine, and then coming back up again. Two more, breathe in, roll. Breathe out. One last time, inhale, roll back. and exhale. Feet to the floor now. Place your hands behind your hips with the fingers spread and the fingers facing towards your heels. We're going to inhale, bend the elbows behind the body, and breathe out, push up strong, opening through the chest. Breathing in, bending the elbows behind, dropping down, and exhale out, push up. Breathing in, bend the elbows, chest is open, and then exhale, push up strong. Breathe in, bend the elbows behind, and exhale, push up. One last time, breathe in and breathe out. From here, look over your right shoulder and then place your right forearm on the floor, coming over onto your right side. Bending the knees behind with the feet behind in line with your hips and your shoulders. Lift from the side of the waist and reach up and over with your left arm. Extend through the left leg, take a breath in, exhale, crunch twice, elbow towards hip, knee comes into the body, breathe in. Exhale, crunch twice, 1, 2, and then find length again, reach over. Exhale, crunch twice, 2 more, breathe in, and breathe out. Last one, inhale, and exhale. From here, place your hand on your hip, chest is open. We lift the hips up here and then we lower them back down again. Inhale, lift up, drawing that belly button towards the lower back, and then release with control. Breathe in, lift up, and breathe out, release. Breathe in, lift the hips up, and then lower back down. Inhale, lift, and then exhale, lower. Last 2, breathe in, lift up, and lower back down. One last time. Breathe in, lift up, and then lower back down. Swinging your legs forward, coming into a cross-legged seated position now. Fingertips coming wide from the body, pressing into those fingertips, lifting and opening through the chest. Lifting the fingertips up now, flip the palms and pull your elbows into your rib cage. Tuck the chin to the chest, breathe in. Lift the head up. Right ear to the right shoulder, and then lift, and then left ear to the left shoulder, and then lift. Flip the palms down, press into those fingertips again, and then lower your right ear to your right shoulder, lift it up, and then the left ear to the left shoulder, and then lift it up. Push off, elbows coming into the rib cage, so slowly sending those little fingers in towards each other, and then moving them further away. So noticing what's going on as you do. You're squeezing your shoulder blades together. You'll feel the stretch in the chest. Look down towards those little fingers. Breathing and opening up, keeping the elbows in close to the body, and then bringing it back to the start. One last time, breathe in and breathe out. From here, hands to the knees, allow the upper body to fall down, and then again, just moving your head gently from side to side, saying no. Nodding the head up and down as if you're saying yes. From here, flip over onto your left side. So starting off with on your elbow, your forearm, you're lifting from the side of the waist, your knees are bent, your feet are in line with your hips, reaching away with your right arm. Lift the hips up, breathe in, breathe out, twist, tuck under, look under. Inhale, opening up, and exhaling, twisting and tucking under. Breathing and reaching up, and exhaling, twisting, tucking under, and breathing and reaching up again. And exhaling, twisting, tucking under. One last time, breathe in, and breathe out, twist, tuck under. Lower the hips down, place your hand on your hip, lift the hips up, and then lower the hips down. So feel those obliques harden, your side tummy muscles as we release. Breathe in, lift, and then lower back down. Inhale, lift up, and then release. 2 to go like this. Lift up and release. One more time. Lift up and lower. Extend your right arm, look over, extend your leg, and then crunch in, and then find length. Crunch in, squeeze, and find length. Crunch in, squeeze, and find length. Crunch in, squeeze again, and find length. 2 more, crunch in, squeeze, find length. One last time, crunch and squeeze, and find length. Stack the knees, push yourself up, and this time swing your legs forward again. So you've got mat behind you, mat in front of you to get those legs straight. Place your hands on your knees and gently just bend and straighten a couple of times here. Point and flex the feet, even lifting those heels up off the floor as you point and flex. And if you find this is uncomfortable, place your hands behind your hips, training the body to be able to sit tall with the legs long. And then join those legs together. Breathe in, reach forward, shin is tucked. Exhale, roll to the mat. We're going to do an arm circle here. Breathing in, circling the arms all the way around. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, bring yourself all the way back up. Breathe in, reach forward. Breathe out, roll all the way to the mat. Breathe in, arms up, circling all the way around, back to the start. Breathe in, reach up. And exhale, use your breath, come all the way back up into a seated position. Breathe in, reach forward. Exhale, roll down to the mat. Breathe in, arms up, circling around, getting movement into the shoulders, the chest, the upper back. Inhale. And exhale, use your breath, come all the way up. One last time. Inhale, reach it forward. Breathe out, roll to the mat. Inhale, arms up, circling all the way around. Inhale, arms up again, and exhale, use your breath, come all the way up into a seated position. Walk forward on your hips now. Hands to your shins, lift the feet up off the floor, and then see if you can take the heels of the feet here. Take a breath and pull your knees to the upper body. Make yourself small. And then press into your hands with your heels. Feel all of that tension. There's no movement, but you feel all the muscles working at the same time. One more breath in and breathe out. Allow yourself to rock onto your back. From here, extend the two legs up towards the ceiling, placing your hands on your calves or the furthest point you can away without your shoulders being up and your head lifting up too, pulling your shoulder blades back to the floor. Now widen the legs out and then draw them back together. Widening them out and then pulling them back together. Two more like this, widening out and pulling back together. One last time, widening out and pulling back together. Bend the knees in, sliding your hands to your knees, gently rock from side to side here. And then sweep the hands to the back of the head, widening the legs, flexing the feet. And if you can, pull your knees or lift your hips to get those knees closer to your elbows. And then lower the hips, extend the legs out together and all the way in and around out. Stretch out, squeeze the legs, pull them in, widen, and then push away. Very small movements. So in, flexion of the hip, out, abducting, and then extending, stretching. Legs together for two more. Lifting, widening, peeling the tailbone up, extending out, and bending in one last time. Stretching all the way away, and then bending in. From here, feet to the floor, knees and feet hip width apart. Arms resting down by your side, the neck is long. Breathe in, press the lower back to the floor. Exhale, lift the hips, reach your right arm over. Inhale here. Exhale, guide the spine to the floor. Breathe in, press the lower back to the mat. Exhale, lift the left arm comes over. Breathe in at the top, adjust the head and the neck if you need to. And exhale, bring it back down. A little faster now. So on your inhale, lift up. Right arm follows. Exhale, lower down. Right arm to the floor. Breathe in, left arm lifts. Squeeze the glutes. And then release the left arm, release the spine. Breathe in, right arm lifts, squeezing the glutes. Lowering the spine down, right arm to the floor. Breathing in, left arm lifts, hips come high. Exhale, lower back down to the floor. Breathing in, right arm lifts, squeezing those glutes. And then lowering it back down, relaxing the hips. Breathe in, left arm lifts, squeezing the glutes. And then lowering down, left arm to the floor. One last time, breathe in, right arm lifts. And then lower it back down. And then the left arm lifts. And then lowering it back down. Extend the two legs straight now. Squeeze the legs together. Reach your arms overhead and link the thumbs. Take a breath in, try and pull those thumbs apart. And then relax the forearms, the elbows. Bend your right knee into your chest with your left hand. Guide the inside of that right knee to the floor on the outside of the left thigh. And start to look towards your right elbow. So your right arm may have lifted up off the floor. Just pull back with the weight of that right elbow, pulling that right inner thigh closer to the floor. Feel that twist and hold it. Breathing in here and breathing out. One more deep breath in and breathe out. Return to the center. Take a moment here, link the thumbs again, just stretching from both ends. And then bending your left knee into your chest. Place your right hand to the outside of that left knee and pull your left knee over to the right, guiding that left knee closer to the floor. Cactusing your left arm out now, looking towards that left elbow, pulling that left inner knee closer to the floor. Feel the twist, hold it, breathe into the twist. And take one more breath in here. And then releasing back to the center. So, hugging your knees into your chest now, gently rocking from side to side. And then stretching the legs up towards the ceiling, arms down by your side, or you can slip them in underneath your hips for a little bit of an easier version or a bit more support. So head is on the floor, neck is long. Start to slowly lower your right leg to hover off the floor. Hold here, breathe in. And then exhale, bring it back up again. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, slowly lower that left leg to hover off the floor. Breathe in, hold the position. And then exhale, bring it back to the start. A little faster now. So we're going to exhale, lower the right leg. Inhale, lift it back up. And exhale, lower the left leg. And lift it back up. Keep that core switched on and strong. Breathing out and breathing in. Breathing out and breathing in. Feel every part of your core switching on, hardening, working, and the rest of the body stabilizing, keeping you long and strong and grounded to the floor. One last time, right leg drops, lift it up, and one last time, left leg drops. And lift it up. Feet to the floor, heel toe the feet wide. Knees to the left, turn your head to the right. Flip the palms up and stay here for a couple of moments. Relaxing into the stretch, breathing into it. Knees come back through the center, knees go to the right, turn your head to the left. Feel that stretch as you lower that left inner knee closer to the floor. Feel it on the outside as well of that left leg. Take a breath in. And breathe out, return to the center. Two legs straight on the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up here. Exhale, bend your right knee into your chest and take hold of your right knee. Hug it in. Breathe in, stretch out, flex the feet. Exhale, left knee comes in and hug the left knee in. Breathing in. Exhale. Breathing in, finding length. Exhale, lifting that upper body up. Breathing in. And exhale, right knee comes in. And inhale. And exhale, left knee comes in. Now try it out, two legs, breathe in. Breathe out, two legs come in, and it's a big one. Stretch it out. And then bring those two legs back in again. Brace those tummy muscles, big movement, lower the head, take a break, and then scoop and bring it in again. Stretch it out, the core is strong, and come up again. Stretch it out, one last time, lift those legs up, and then push and stretch the body out, finding a shape or a position that feels good for you in this moment. Allowing the body to relax, loosening out through the neck. Let those arms go. Opening up through the belly, the chest. Breathing in and filling up the front, the sides, the back of the belly. Exhaling out, letting go. allowing every part of the body release. The muscles softening, the bones feeling heavy, the breath moving easily through the body. Letting go of any tension on your exhale. Let go on every level. Wriggling the fingers, the toes now. Gently allowing that head to move from side to side. Stretch your arms over your head, finding length in the body. Point the toes. Extending from both ends, take a breath in, stretch. And then breathe out, release. Slide those feet in, bending your knees into your chest one at a time, rocking from side to side, loosening out through that spine. And then taking another breath in, and exhale, rock up into a seated position. Well done, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time.